Good morning from the box seats. Roger here. This was supposed to be the Monday wrap up, the grand accounting. Who rose, who fell, who stole a category at 10:47 on a West Coast single. Instead, the league feed has taken the vows of silence. Standings are locked. Matchup scores are locked. Player lines are locked. 403, forbidden. A very judgmental word, forbidden. So I cannot give you the proper autopsy for week 22. I cannot tell you who won 8-2 or who lost WH whip by a decimal point thin enough to ruin a perfectly decent breakfast. In the old days, I would have stared at that blank screen like a gambler at a darkened tote board. Now I try the middle way. You accept the locked door, then you talk about the baseball you can actually see. And there was baseball. 15 games on Sunday, and a few of them came in wearing steel toed boots. The loudest final was in Seattle, where the Cubs put 19 on the Mariners. 19-2. That is not a ball game so much as a weather event. Somewhere in this league, if the Yahoo pipes were not frozen solid, there would be a manager discovering a surprise avalanche of runs and RBI. The box score probably looks like a confession. Kansas City and Detroit did their part as well. Royals 11-7. Plenty of traffic, plenty of crooked numbers. The sort of game that leaves a pitching staff looking like it needs a long bath and a new identity. San Diego handled Minnesota 8-1. Arizona beat Cincinnati 5-3. Miami took down Washington 6-2. Philadelphia got 6 off St. Louis. Boston edged San Francisco 5-4. There was enough offense around the league to make a fantasy manager feel rich for one evening, which, as the Buddha said, is exactly when the bill arrives. Now we come to the Bronx. Toronto 3, Yankees 8. I would love to tell you I received this with serenity. I did not. Inner peace is a practice, not a permanent address. The Yankees scoring 8 runs on a Sunday in late August remains one of the purest tests of spiritual discipline this nation has to offer. Still, one breath in, one breath out, nobody gets to keep a hot streak forever. Impermanence is real, even in pinstripes. There were cleaner games too. Baltimore beat Tampa Bay 3-1. Chicago beat the Mets 2-1. Texas beat the Angels 5-3. Milwaukee beat Atlanta 4-2. Those are the kinds of finals that usually mean one timely swing, one useful relief inning, one closer earning a supper. If your roster caught some of that, good. If it happened to the other guy, then welcome to fantasy baseball, where resentment is just another category we forgot to score. Out west, Cleveland went into Colorado and won 7-2. The Dodgers blanked Pittsburgh 4-0. That kind of shutout always gets my attention. A 0 is elegant. A 0 says nobody blinked, nobody donated a mistake, and the ratios probably walked out of the room looking better than they entered. Houston lost a strange one to the Athletics, 7-6. One-run games kept showing up all over the place. Boston by 1, Arizona by 2, Atlanta by 2, the White Sox by 1 over the Mets. Even on a day without league data, you could feel categories moving around in the dark like furniture in the next room. That is the real frustration this morning. Sunday is when the week closes. Sunday is when all the tiny bargains of the last 6 days come due. The extra reliever, the streamer in Milwaukee, the bench bat who lucked into a 2-homer afternoon. Normally Monday lets us look back and say, there, that was the turn. That was the moment the thing tipped. Today, the evidence is behind yellow tape. So here is the practical part. Week 23 starts on Monday, August 24th, 2026. Set the lineups, check the 2 start arms, Make sure nobody is stranded on the bench because the universe enjoys cheap comedy. If the feed comes back, the shape of last week will reveal itself soon enough. As Yogi Berra once said, the obstacle is the path. I may have that one slightly wrong, but the point stands. And perhaps there is a lesson in all this. Fantasy managers get attached to the refresh button. I understand it. I used to be attached to things far worse for me. But every so often the screen goes blank and reminds you the game still happened without your witness. The runs counted, the saves counted, the damage was done. Your anxiety did not assist. By tomorrow, with any luck, the numbers will rejoin the living and we can speak plainly again. Until then, honor the slate in front of you. This is Roger. May your streamers stream and your closers close.